As a photographer myself, just like many others, I like to add a logo to my work. It's just a statement that it's mine. It's not such a big deal these days to do it for copyright reasons, because if someone wants to steal it, there's lots of ways they can actually remove it. So it's not for that reason. It's just to say that this is my image, it's mine, I want people to realise that, and I'm proud of it. It's displaying it. And like many others, I took the route of having mine from a well-known company and having been happy with it for quite a few years now. However, it's just slightly outdated now, and with many others also using that company, I now look at other people's logos and say, that is by that company, the one I used. It's become so much of a cliche, and I just felt it's time for me to change and maybe having a look round at what else is available. And basically there was no other company I could find that had a level of uniqueness that didn't look different, in my opinion. So I took a look at my own capabilities. I'm a Photoshop trainer. I was a full-time sign maker and designer of notices when I worked for the Coal Board many years ago. And I thought, it's time to get designing. It's not as simple as just making something out of a font and simply typing. If you've tried this yourself, you'll know it never looks professional. You want text that looks handwritten, blending into each other with a unique lettering that a font just can't do. So it's designing everything in vector shapes to manipulate lettering, create uniqueness. And having created my own and enjoying it so much, I felt maybe this is something I can do and something that others may enjoy. You know, you want something that looks a bit more unique, an individual statement, and also it may be a way to finance my free tutorials that I do on YouTube, that I do free lessons, libraries and whatever, just a way to finance that, to provide money for my websites and teaching materials. So here is my products and why I feel, although that's your decision to make, that they are better than some of the other choices out there. Now, first of all, if we look at this example of some that I've done, and there will be quite a lot more designs, all of these will be unique. In other words, they may have a similar type lettering, but some of the things, such as on this one where it's got my name on there and you've got this letter flowing into the other capital, things like that, just individuality. In the case of this Steve Wilson one, where you've got different fonts linked up and different styles to create, again, some uniqueness. Maybe you want something a little bit simpler looking. So this Sheila Brown example is quite basic but very nice. It's got flowing text, it looks handwritten. Ally Photography, photo studios, again, a different style, a different way of layout. Taglines underneath photo studios, you've got websites, anything you want can be added as a tagline. So in that way it's creative. Something else I didn't like really about the logo that I had was, unless you paid for their own software, which was quite clunky actually to put a logo onto a photo. The basic way of doing it is, if you're in Photoshop, is you open the file. So I will actually use the one that was created for me, and let's have a look. It was this one. So I open the actual file in Photoshop, and there is my PNG file in high res white in this case. So that was the one that was created for me by the photo company I purchased it from. Now I would then have to drag that using the move tool over to my image. Let's just have a look what we've got. Got an image here, so I would drag it into there. I would have to say yes on that, and then I would have to resize it and put it exactly where I want, which is fair enough. You know, I could automate that if you've got the knowledge to do so in Photoshop. I could automate that to put it on the screen and then just simply resize it at that stage. But I thought, is there a better way of actually doing that? So in the format that I'm selling things, you get the same. You get a PNG file just like that, high res, in black and white, and that's useful because those can be used in any program whatsoever. It can also be used in Word, which I'll show an example of. So, you know, any text editors that can insert pictures or things like that. You may want to create letterheads. So it's great for that type of thing. However, let's just delete that one. What I thought is, why not create it in that format, but also create other formats for those people who use Photoshop or Photoshop Elements to simply incorporate it as a brush. So what I also do is to provide a brush with a text on, and that just means you've got so many options. If I say wanted to choose a colour other than black and white, I can simply go to my colour picker. I can say, well, I want it to look sort of this colour of this leaf, I want a similar type colour there, I want the text to sort of match that. I can simply click on the image, click on OK, or select any colour from there, and then I've got this brush. The brush I can resize, I can make as large as I want or as small as I want. It's very high resolution, so it starts off very large, you have to make it smaller, and you get it to the size that you want, and you simply click. And there is your logo. Straight away, no pain or opening files or trying to remember where you put them. You've got them as a brush, and you can change the colours. So let's just change the colour on that. Change to another colour. Let's have a pale blue, very pale blue, and I can resize it, make it as large as I want, and I'll click, and straight away, any colour that I want, any size that I want, and it's just one click to apply your logo to the actual image, which I think is a lot better way of working. Also, you don't just get that, you get the high-res PNGs as well. So if we just go to Word, okay, so I've got an address here, and I'll put the cursor to the left, and let's just go to Insert. It's been a long time since I've used Word. I used to actually teach this, but it's changed so much from when I used to. So pictures, picture from file, I locate my PNG file, I'll click on Insert, and it comes up like this. Okay, so I can now right click on the file, and I can go to Wrap Text, and I can say Square, and then I've got my letterhead almost done instantly. I can resize this, and there you go. You can insert it into text. It's transparent, so whatever colour background you put it onto, it will display it. You will have two PNG files, one white, one black, and there are ways of actually, if you wanted other colours, you could do that. You could do that in Photoshop and save it as a PNG file, colour it and save it as a PNG file, and then use that to insert into your text. So you're not stuck with just black and white if you want that in documents. So lots of different options in the way that you can use it. So it's, in my opinion, it's a much better way of supplying the files to have both formats. Also, rather than just get one design, I'll supply two designs for much less of the price than what most other companies are actually charging. I'm doing it to cover my tutorials and my lessons. I'm not out there as a company, so I can afford to do it at a lesser price. I haven't got the overhead, so I'm just trying to finance my teaching. So there you go. If you're interested and you've seen this video probably on YouTube or Facebook, you can contact me, and you'll have videos provided on how to do all this and much more with the logos that you're provided with. All the best from me, Les Arnott.